Hello everybody, it's me Nate, and I'm back with an update to Friday the 13th, the game. A wonderfully nice, pleasant man suggested that I do an update on this, because today, on October the 13th, Friday, we finally received the single player story campaign. And what? Are you serious? It's fucking delayed until next year? Then what the hell are we getting today? A camp counselor, a new map, and a Jason? Oh, and a physical release of the game. You know what? Fuck you, Jason. Fuck this game. I'm tired of this shit. I'm not fucking dealing with this.
Hello everybody, it's me, Nate, aka Devil Dog, and this time I'm back with an update for Friday the 13th, the game. That's right, now there's been a couple different changes with this game throughout. One of them, the biggest one, is the disappointment where they have delayed the single player campaign until next year. I think they're having some severe scripting issues with the AI, so let's get into details first. First of all, the new camp counselor is Mitch Floyd. As you see here, he has a 9 out of 10 on composure, a 2 out of 10 on luck, a 8 out of 10 on repair, 3 out of 10 on speed, 4 out of 10 for stamina, 6 out of 10 for stealth, and 3 out of 10 for strength. And he will unlock at level 24. All in all, he's got some good perks and some bad perks. Now let's get on to the next newest Jason that they've added. The newest Jason is Friday the 13th Part 4 Jason. Now, he's kind of an odd. Now, first thing you notice, the game still glitches, but here he is right here. He unlocks at level 44. He can run, so he's pretty quick. He has weapon strength and destruction, so he's good at smashing through doors, but he's very slow in water. He can't shift that often, and he has a lot less traps. He gets a pig splitter weapon, and so far I haven't been able to capture any sort of footage of how it looks in action, other than the fact that it's pretty much a very similar action to like the machete attack, only with a different one all in all. I haven't noticed any new kills for the previous Jasons, but once again, I am not level 44, so I do not know if Friday 13th Part 4 Jason actually has any new specific kills. They're supposed to each have their own new kills, but I haven't really noticed it so far. Now, the game has had some updates with terms of glitches being fixed and stuff like that, but so far, other than that, the only really new addition to this, other than some tweaks here and there, is the new level Jarvis House, and I will get into detail and show that here shortly. But there's a couple things I need to talk about this game that really bugs the hell out of me. First of all, it still suffers from that same problem with the Unreal 4 engine, where it has this weird draw-in glitch, where like the textures don't fully draw in until after a couple seconds, which is very jarring and quite annoying. Most of the time it would do it like at the ending where you went back to Jason's hut where his mom's head was, and her head would draw in real bad. Well, now I've noticed it seems to do it a lot more. You'll have a lot more pop-in the levels. I've had some wonkiness. They've always had problems with their animation cycles and stuff like that. But all in all, they've fixed some of the bugs, but it still suffers from the same damn problems that the game has had since launch. I mean, they have improved on the matchmaking and the time it takes to actually start a match, which is pretty decent. Before it was like a couple minutes. Now, even during the day, it only takes about 30 seconds or so to get in a match, which is pretty decent. And of course, one of the new additions that they added a while back was the ability to play the original 3 maps in small mode. And really, other than it just being overall a lot smaller area to deal with, it makes the game go by faster. But all in all, you'd think they would have shortened the amount of time it takes to survive. I think that was a big problem there, since it's like 15 minutes you got to play before you actually are able to actually just win by surviving the night. And I think since it's a much smaller map and Jason can get around and kill you a lot faster, they should have went and made it like half the time I think that you needed to do in order to survive the night, because the small maps are really a good welcome addition. I really do like them, though I like them and I hate them, pretty much. There's certain things and issues with it. And if you've ever played any of the smaller maps, here in a minute I'll show you what one of the maps looks like. Generally, most of the maps, when in small mode, as you see here from this picture, they're, I think, like 1/8 of the size. So they're pretty small. The placement of the items has been moved around and randomized, and the vehicles have been placed different places too. And it makes it for a lot more stressful gameplay, especially when it comes down to if you're not Jason. And if you are Jason, it makes it a lot easier to track down the camp counselors and kill them. So all in all, I think the addition of the small maps, which did come out quite a while back, was actually a good addition, though I think they would have moved the timer down a bit. But now let's get on to the main thing on here, the new Tommy Jarvis map. Alright, the first thing you'll notice that is a large open map with a lot of water areas, including a lot of islands. You have Deer Bay, Blackfoot Camp, Elmwood Camp, Fire Branch Camp, and Hollow Grove, and of course the Tommy Jarvis residence. Now, since this is water-based map, you will normally have one vehicle you can escape in and a boat that you can fix. And naturally, just like how the other levels were, it is randomized of where the placement is. So generally, another thing is a lot of times on the main paths you'll find like a help board, or basically like a pegboard. Generally, you can get a free map at those locations. So if you're struggling with trying to find a map to be able to know where to go and to be able to figure out where to go, try to find one of those little pegboards that's on a main path, and they always have free maps, so just a little heads up for you there. Now, one thing you'll notice is a lot of the cabins in this level are copy and pasted. Some of the items on the inside of them are indeed different and unique, but for the most part they are copy and pasted buildings, all the internal parts and stuff like that, which I understand why. It saves down on the time it takes to build these levels and makes it a little bit easier, so you don't have to spend the time to model a new bed and the animation for it if you hide underneath it. So I understand why they did it. I just kind of wish that maybe perhaps they might have took the time to create an all new thing, but all in all, you can't complain because it is a new map. But let's get to the newest thing about this map. What does the Tommy Jarvis residence look like? Did they do a good job replicating it from the movie? Well, let's check it out. Alright, well, here you go, the Tommy Jarvis house. And you have to admit, I will definitely give the developers credit. You can tell they obviously love the series that they made this game after, because this is a damn fine, spot-on reduplication of the Tommy Jarvis house. Now, you lock the front door, but it seems to have this thing where the back door leading to the basement area, you can't lock the door for some reason. I don't know if that's a glitch or what it is, but it might just be a glitch because I've tried, and so far you can't shut and lock the basement door, which seems really odd. But as you go through here, you'll see they did a wonderful job on the recreation of the Tommy Jarvis house. I think it's where they spent most of their time and effort on this new map, hands down, because the detail and the amount of placement of all the items is damn near spot on to the movie. I mean, even down to the placement of like the coat racks, the pictures on the walls. I mean, like I said, this is, if you watch the movie and compare it to this house, they did a damn good job on replicating the house. I mean, they got everything down exactly where it is. I just kind of wish the outside areas would have been a little bit more, well done. But considering the fact that how well they did on this, I'm not going to really nitpick too much. Now, other than that, that's really pretty much about it. You have the Tommy Jarvis residence. You have some outlining buildings that are nearby, like their friends' houses, stuff like that. Basically they're visitors' houses, like this one right here, the nice little log cabin. But other than that, that's really about it, because you think all in all, it's the same idea behind the other maps. You either survive the full night, you end up able to call the dude to come back to help you kill Jason, or you end up fixing the boat to escape or fixing the car to escape. So there's really not anything different with this this level other than the other ones. It's just a new level that you can run and hide in, gather new weapons and stuff like that. But nothing really out of the ordinary. It seems to use a lot of the same assets as the other levels, other than the fact that the Tommy Jarvis house and the visitor's house, those are spot on recreations. And like all in all, they did do a fantastic job with this. I can't help but say that I am gratefully disappointed over the fact that we have to wait until next year for the single-player campaign, because after all, it's not going to be what you think it's going to be. It's going to play out very similar to episodes on a Hitman game, where basically you're going to be Jason, and camp counselors don't know you're there yet, and you pretty much want to sneak up on them and kill them. And you'll get bonuses for killing them in certain ways. Like it'll say, okay, but this guy, kill him by smashing his head into a wall, or kill this guy by drowning him, or stuff like that. So it's not going to be like we thought it was going to be, where it's going to replicate movies. There will be certain kills that can be replicated similar to what happens in the movies, but all in all, it's basically just going to be hunt down camp counselors and kill them to progress through the quote missions, as they're called. All in all, I think it's going to still be a fun addition to make it to where it'll finally be a single player mode. But other than that, it's probably going to disappoint a lot of the fans and a lot of the Kickstarter backers over the simplicity of it, because I did get to try it out, and all in all, it was fun, but at the same time, actually kind of disappointing at the same time. Now, of course, on Friday, October 13th, they will actually have a physical release copy of this game. So you can go to a store and buy a physical release copy of the game, which will be nice, because I do like physical release versions. It will be like $10 to $20 more. I think it's going to be like $40 for the actual physical game, and there really are no improvements other than the fact you get the physical copy version. So if you haven't played this game yet and you wanted to pick it up, and if you're a fan like me on actual physical copy games and don't mind paying a little extra, go ahead and pick up the physical copy game. I still say, honestly, it's not actually worth it. Even in this point, with the levels they've added and the new camp counselor and the new emotes and everything, overall for the price, I still would have to say that it's not worth it, other than the fact to add it to your collection. This was Nate, aka Devil Dog, and I want to say thank you for everyone who watches this video. I want to say thank you for everyone who leaves any sort of comment on this game. Leave a comment. Let me know. Do you play this game? Do you like it? Do you think that it is worthy of all the time and effort put into it? Do you think that they're doing a good job with their quote roadmap of updates? And just let me know what you think, all in all. And of course, let me know which is your favorite Jason to play. And once again, I always end my videos by saying, have fun, play hard, and remember, people, the devil is in the details. Peace out.